Hey everybody, how you guys doing? My name is Jerome Rubio and I'm a Gen X, and I am starting a new YouTube channel called the Gen X Experiment. Now, this video is going to be mainly about how YouTube changed my life, and I hope that you guys will follow along with my journey as I talk you through how YouTube actually changed my life. So first, a little bit about me. I'm Gen X, born in 1966. Okay, so been around for quite a bit. Not a whole long time, but long enough. When I was growing up, I was really into the arts. I was into art and I was into music. Anything artsy. I love arts and crafts, different things like that. I was really into it. And I was told by my family and friends that I was a pretty good artist. In high school, I actually won a competition and I got a scholarship to go to college for winning that competition, which is really cool. And then I got a scholarship out of high school from my actual high school to go to art school as well. But growing up, I also went to Chad Atkins Academy of Music, and that was pretty cool. Played guitar there and learned guitar there for about 7 years. So that was a lot of fun. But I always had stage fright. Whenever we had to go and do a performance, the whole class would have to go and do a performance. I was always like stage fright, and I was nervous and just a nervous wreck getting up on stage. And one year they put me up as a solo, and I said, man, you got to get up there and you got to do it. You just got to do it. And I did, and it was great, and I had a lot of fun through all those years. Okay, but Gen X, growing up, we didn't have so-called like the technology of today. We didn't have cell phones, computers, tablets, laptops, console systems. When we wanted to have fun or some kind of social interaction, we actually had to physically be there to do that social interaction, and also, as a Gen X, there wasn't all this new technology making things easier for us on the job. We actually had to work hard, and we had to work our ass off. So that's what Gen X did. That's what we knew. So come out of high school, I started working for a company, a sign company where I was designing signs, and we did everything by hand. Using French curves, the rulers that are curved, all the different curves and stuff like that. We using French curves, but we did everything by hand. We drew everything by hand. All the designs came out of our head, right onto paper, and we did it all by hand. Then we'd have to cut out ruby lith or amber lith in order to make a silk screen, and then melt it, the amber lith or the ruby lith, to the screen to create that screen so we can print that design onto a piece of wood or a piece of plastic or a piece of metal. Well, around 1988, I was working and they said, hey, we got a new computer and we were wondering if you want to learn how to do some design work on the computer. I said, yeah, sure. I mean, are there any classes? And they go, yeah, there's a few. Let's check into them and see what they are. And I said, okay. Come to find out that those classes were really expensive and my company did not want to invest in those classes in order to train me. So then they hired a graphic artist, a guy who had been through the training, and they brought him in and they said, okay, you can learn from this guy. Well, it ended up being that this guy, because of his training, wanted a nice salary, which kind of made my job obsolete. So I actually lost my job to a computer, which really motivated me even more to go to college. And that's when I went to college and then graduated from college, did designs for like Disney, Warner Brothers, Nickelodeon, Cartoon Network. I did band shirts for like Motley Crue and Three Dog Night and JT Taylor when he first got back together with Kool in the Gang. And then I even did a shirt for the man himself, Jimmy Dean of Jimmy Dean Sausages, when I was living in Vancouver, Washington. And he was having a yacht christening party in the Port of Oregon. We actually printed 24 karat gold flake onto his shirt where it said Jimmy Dean on the front and the back. And then we got to go to the yacht christening and it was really awesome. I had lots of fun. So I've met a lot of people. I've done a lot of work for a lot of, very famous people but I was a very successful graphic designer for over 30 years. Not a technology that I wanted to learn, something I was pushed into to learn. So, when you're recording, and this is actually the place where I started my recording, was right here in this backyard in front of this lemon tree. And then every once in a while, switch over to the peach tree, back to the lemon tree, over to the peach tree. This is where I started my video recordings. And then I would move out to the front part sometimes, and then back here again, walk around sometimes. But this is the very beginnings of where I started. So I just want to come to you and just tell you a little bit about me, a little bit about my background. And now we're going to jump into why why I started a YouTube channel and how it changed my life. Okay, so I started a YouTube channel out of necessity, and then it became something that I really wanted to do. And then I started to do that, and now I am really motivated and inspired to do it even more, watching all these new channels coming out and just growing and growing fast and doing their thing. So let me tell you why I started a YouTube channel out of necessity. I was working for a company, doing design work for a company called Suntime Living. And what they wanted me to do was they wanted me to create a video that advertised their Suntime food type of recipes and stuff, their Suntime music, or like meditational music, and all the different things that they had going on. So I had to create a video. So I had to learn how to, I invested in a video editing software. I don't even remember what it was, but I invested in a video editing software, and I did all the graphics for this video, and I needed to create a video with really nice transitions and lots of words coming up. And I look at it now and I cringe at it. I'm like, oh my God. I mean, some of it's okay, but some of it's just really, really horrible. But at that time, I was excited that I was able to even do it, and that was really, really cool. But that's what I had to do. And then I said, okay, I'll finish the video and then I'll send it to you through your email. And they said, okay, great. I knew nothing about putting stuff up on the web, through the cloud services and stuff like that. I knew nothing about that. And I also didn't know that after I created this video that it was going to be so huge, like minimum 100 megabytes, and you could only send like I think it was 15 megabytes or 20 megabytes at the time through Gmail. So I was like, oh man. So I called up the owner of Suntime Living and I said, you know what? I got your video, it's done, but I can't send it to you because it's really huge. And they said, okay, I tell you what, put it up on YouTube. We'll look at it there. And then if you like it, we'll pay for it. And you can put it on a little flash drive and send it to us in the mail. I said, oh, okay, great. How do I make a YouTube channel? And they said, I think you need a Gmail account and then you get a free YouTube channel with that. And I was like, all right, cool. So I got a Gmail, got my YouTube channel, uploaded the video. You can still see it. It's still there. It's the oldest video on my channel. I think it was the end of February 2015 is when I put it up. And I was like, okay, cool. This is cool. So I put it up there. They saw it. They loved it. They paid me. And then I got the money, put it on a flash drive, and I sent it to them. Okay, I sent it to them on a flash drive. And I was like, wow, I had no idea that I could actually do that. And that was my first experience with YouTube back in 2015. Then 2019 rolls around. In 1999, I got into online marketing with social media and stuff like that in 1999. And then through those years, I started making videos, but on a website called DTube, not YouTube, DTube. And then I was able to share it on 4 different channels, on DTube, Steam, then Hive came around, and then Blurt came around. I was able to share it to all those different platforms to earn crypto from those platforms, right? So that's what I was doing. I was earning crypto from those platforms. But I was putting it up on a site called DTube. I didn't know nothing about YouTube until 2015 when I put that up. And then after that, DTube created an area in the upload area of DTube where instead of just uploading your video to DTube, you can actually just upload it to YouTube, grab a URL for that video, and then put it into the upload area of DTube and then upload it right from there. And it would actually populate all the stuff you have on YouTube. It would populate it all in your description, and then you can upload it right to DTube, and then it'll go out to the 4 platforms. And a lot of people started doing that because it was so much easier to do it that way, because DTube has so many problems with uploading. Sometimes there were times where you couldn't even upload anything for 3 days because their system just wasn't built properly and there was all kinds of problems they were having. So that's why we started doing that. Now, so in 1999, I started to get into crypto and to social media, online marketing and social media marketing. And then It wasn't until I didn't really get into YouTube until the year, it wasn't even 2020. I think it was 2021 is when I first started doing my journey on YouTube. It was 2021. So what happened is that I had gone away. The graphic design career had pretty much ended. I went and became an English teacher abroad in Mexico. 4.5 years later, I came back, and then I was like, oh man, I want to be a graphic artist again, but I need to learn new software. I need to learn how to be a web designer, not just a graphic artist, because they want you to create art for web and they want you to put it up there and put it in the right position and blah, 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 blah. So now being a graphic artist was more than just being a graphic artist. And there was new software to learn for the graphic design industry. So I was like, okay, I'll just work, until I can get this experience. Well, in 2020, August 2020, I was doing physical labor, general labor in a factory. And because of COVID was happening back then. Because of COVID, our night crew was totally eliminated. Our day crew was split into two. I went to night crew, and then the day crew was still too big. It was still too big of a crew, so they had to send some of the day crew to night crew. And then they took the night crew that was way too big now, and they split us into two. So we became a skeleton crew, which is why I was moving something that was extremely heavy, and I injured my shoulder, like destroyed my shoulder, tore 2 tendons and a rotator cuff. So then I was injured, and that happened in August of 2020. That's when my real YouTube journey began, because this is why YouTube changed my life, because I was injured. I couldn't work because of COVID. If you can't work in the factory, you could work in the office, but if there was already too many people in the office, so I couldn't work there, so I got laid off. I was like, okay, so I got laid off due to COVID, and I was like, okay, well, they're gonna start paying me workman's comp. It's been a month now. I've been going to physical therapy. They know I'm injured. They got the x-rays. They're going to send me for an MRI. They're going to start paying me workman's comp. Well, 3 months later, I'm calling them and saying, hey, where's my workman's comp? And they said, well, we haven't decided whether we're going to give it to you yet or not. I said, well, you don't get to decide. This is by law. California state law says if I'm injured on the job, you have to pay me workman's comp. And they were like, well, we haven't decided yet. And I said, okay. I waited a couple more weeks, and then I got a lawyer. Okay. 3.5 years later, in March of 2023, because this is in December of 2020 that I got a lawyer. In March of 2023, I finally got my settlement, and then I was able to go back to school through a voucher type system. But we're talking from December of 2020 to March of 2023. I'm Gen X. I'm used to being at work. Excuse me. I started working when I was 7. Remember those paper boys on bikes? You see them on cartoons and stuff, or maybe on TV. They used to ride around on the bike and throw papers into people's yards. That was me at 7, 8, and 9. Okay, that's what I used to do. So I started when I was 7 with a paper route, and that was cool. I enjoyed, but I didn't like waking up that early in the morning. But that's what I did. But now back to 2021. So I was like starting to get cabin fever. I'm used to working. That's what I'm trying to say, is that I was used to working. I'm Gen X. I'm used to being out there working. So now I'm home all day. It's like a permanent vacation. And it's like I started to get depressed. I started to get anxiety, cabin fever. That's what they call it, I think. So I was like, you know what? I got to do something. And my friend, he suggested that I stream on YouTube. And I was like, okay. So I started learning the in and outs about that. First, I was streaming on YouTube because I had to get OBS. And then Streaming as OBS came out, so then I got that. But I had to learn all that stuff. It was a huge, huge learning curve. Up until that time, I was actually just putting up videos, not streaming, just putting up videos of positive thing, just positive affirmations and positive thoughts and quotes and thinking. And now I'm actually going to stream games. So I started streaming Paladin, and I started streaming Smite, and Call of Duty, and World of Warcraft. And those were the games that I was really into, and I really enjoyed it because I met some amazing people, like my friend Lucci, my friend Kevin, Kronos, Sweaty Knight, so many people that I met that I still communicate with to this day, and it was really, really cool, So I was having a blast, but I was nervous, and I still cringe at some of my old videos that I have up there. And I was like, how could I have even put that up? But you know what? Wayne Gretzky once said, you miss 100% of the shots you never take. And I was like, yeah. So it's never too late to start something. Every day is a new day of your life and a new day to start a new journey in your life. And I firmly am a big believer in that. So it's never too late to start, and I'm starting now with this new channel where you're going to find this video, the Gen X Experiment. I want to read a few quotes to you. We're going to get into some of my motivation, but YouTube really changed my life. It kept me from depression, from full-blown depression and full-blown anxiety. And it was a learning curve, but it was an amazing journey, and I met some amazing people. And I still have that gaming channel today. It's under Death Tripper, DETHTRIPPER, and it's a gaming channel. But this one here is the Gen X Experiment, and it's going to be about all kinds of things, and I hope that you guys will enjoy it. But let me read you some quotes from some things that I have really took to heart lately. So I have my quotes here. You can see them here. So one of my favorite quotes is from Bernard M. Baruch. Be who you are and say what you feel, because those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. So be authentic, be real, be true to yourself. This is one thing that I recommend to everybody. Number 2, be yourself. Everyone else is already taken. That's from Oscar Wilde. An amazing quote. It just says, again, be authentic, be you, be real, and that's how you're going to be successful. From Mahatma Gandhi, be the change that you wish to see in the world. That's what this new channel is about. I want to bring positive affirmations. If nothing else that you get from this channel, maybe you'll get a little bit of positivity into your life that'll spread some good positive vibes through you and out into the world. Because every action has a reaction. If your action is positive, it'll be like a chain reaction and go out through the entire world. Or it could be a negative chain reaction and be a negative influence into the world. And we already have too much of that. Next quote, Maya Angelou. I've learned that people will forget what you said. People will forget what you did, but people will never forget how you made them feel. Positive feelings, positive vibes, positive affirmations. That's what I want to do with this new channel. Ralph Waldo Emerson. To be yourself in a world that is consistently trying to make you something else is the greatest accomplishment. Again, be authentic, be yourself, be real. That's what this is all about. Okay? One of my most all-time favorite quotes from Steve Jobs. It's a long one, so you got to bear with me, please. Here's to the crazy ones, the misfits, the rebels, the troublemakers, the round pegs in the square holes, the ones who see things differently. They're not fond of rules, and they have no respect for the status quo. You can quote them, disagree with them, glorify them, or vilify them. About the only thing you can't do is ignore them. Because they change things. They push the human race forward. And while some may see them as the crazy ones, we see them genius. Because the people who are crazy enough to think they can change the world are the ones who do. You can change the world with your actions and what you do in life. And that's an amazing quote. And I have 2 more for you. Andre Gide. It's better to be hated for what you are than to be loved for who you are not. Yeah. So there you go. And then, of course, H. Jackson Brown Jr. 20 years from now, you will be more disappointed by the things you didn't do than the ones you did do. So throw off the bow lines, sail from the safe harbor, catch the winds in the sails, catch the trade winds in the sails, explore, dream, discover. So YouTube has changed my life because it's put me on a path of discovery. It's put me on a path of change. It's put me on an inspirational journey. So, and that's what I want to bring with this new channel. So I say to you, go out there and inspire the world. Be authentic, be genuine, be you, because nobody else could be you. We need to empower each other. One of my quotes, my personal quotes, is empowerment through encouragement. the power of positive words. Positive encouraging words are words of empowerment. We need to empower each other more. We need to help each other more and take care of each other better. This is the way that I believe that we should live. And one thing that I always know, and I don't remember who said it, but one thing that we need to do in life as human beings, especially as Gen X, for the next 7 generations forward, we need to leave this world a little bit better than when we got here. And that's what I wanted to tell you guys today. Thank you for listening. This is going to be a powerful journey for me, and I hope that I'll bring some powerful, positive joy into your life through my experiences and my new discovery journey. Peace and Godspeed, everybody. I love you guys. I'll talk to you again soon. You can check me out here on Jerome Rubio's The Gen X Experiment. You can find me also on YouTube with Death Tripper, DETHTRIPPER, on my gaming channel. And if you're on my gaming channel, this video is going to be uploaded on my gaming channel as well. I hope that you guys will enjoy it. I hope you'll come over. If you're on the gaming channel, you'll come over to the Gen X Experiment channel and support me there as well. But thank you for all your love and support. Happy New Year, everybody. Happy January 1st, 2025. This is my new beginnings and the new year starting it off on day 1. I love you guys. We'll speak again soon. Bye-bye.